Brought to you by stationhousecoffee.com and Amazon.
What you better fest in your mind, you can bring to reality.
Super Size Me 2 documentary hosted, directed, produced by Morgan Spurlock. Of course, the man that brought us Super Size Me 1. This time he's making his own fast food restaurant and kind of exposing the reality of what it is to be a fast food restaurant, to source the food, to try and be healthy, especially after his first documentary where it was him exploring the nutritional value of McDonald's by using himself as the guinea pig. This one, in the same way, he's a guinea pig, but as somebody who's trying to start a business, but also exposing the current state of fast food, as it were. Especially culturally, chicken sandwiches are on another level. We all know that. Popeyes versus Chick-fil-A versus KFC, I'm sure, is in the game somewhere in there. I've never been a big chicken sandwich kind of a guy. I always go for the burger when I go to a restaurant or a fast food place. When I lived in Denver, I did try Chick-fil-A a few times, and it's fine. It's good. Haven't had the Popeyes crispy chicken, but I do love fried chicken, and that's basically what this one of the things this documentary is focused on is how through marketing and branding and just remodeling all of the fast food, it's like everything is made to sound and look like everything is healthier, but it's not. And most chicken is sold in the fried form, aka crispy, instead of the broiled or grilled version, which is healthier because you don't have all the oil and the breading and all that stuff. So, Super Size Me 2, I really enjoyed it. I mean, Morgan Spurlock in general, one of my favorite documentarians. He has probably experimented with documentary forms more than any documentary filmmaker. I mean, he's done documentaries where he's the host, where he's like his own type of character. He's done documentary series on TV where he's kind of doing a similar thing that he did in Super Size Me 1, where he's kind of the guinea pig, putting himself in different situations for 30 days. And he's a great character, but it's more of a short form TV format versus a feature length documentary. And then he's also done documentary series where it's just your standard documentary where he's not even there, but they're solid documentaries. He's even done a horror documentary, Rats, which is great, about rats and how many there are, which is terrifying. So as like an artist, as a filmmaker, as somebody who creates content, I love that he experiments and kind of has his hand in all the different forms of documentaries that are out. And I was curious. I didn't know that he came out with this one. I think the last documentary he that I watched that he put out was the one where he was getting sponsors to make a documentary about sponsorship and advertising, which was interesting also. They're all interesting. I mean, the thing with documentaries is that it's like an entertaining way to learn something. And I think you could fall under, Michael Moore kind of category where he's trying to put forth the point of view. He's probably the one that got me into watching documentaries in the first place, Michael Moore, because they are just so entertaining. The way he presents the stories and his point of view is very entertaining, but tends to be biased, even though I tend to agree with his bias in a lot of situations. He does have an agenda. Where Morgan Spurlock, I would say, I think he's kind of fair. And it was interesting. Like, part of this is like he raised the chickens so he's going to do a chicken restaurant. It's all following him trying to develop what the look of the fast food restaurant's going to be, what the food's going to be, and he kind of goes through all the steps that anybody would to kind of create food items for a fast food place and to kind of understand what the look and the feel and the culture, the halo effect of the entire business is going to be. And it just from like a meta kind of just understanding how things work and how kind of the procedure of starting a business, super interesting to see. Just kind of like if you watch this documentary, anytime you go to like a fast food place or a casual dining place, you will be able to see through all of the kind of propaganda that's kind of splashed everywhere to make you feel a certain way about the food you're eating, even though it's not necessarily good quality food. Um, and then when he finally, like, it's all this whole documentary's in process in lead up to him opening his own fast food restaurant, which is going to be in, I believe, Cleveland, Ohio, where they do a lot of test restaurants, a lot of fast food chains and things do test restaurants and test items. So that's where he's opening it because if you can survive there, you can survive anywhere. And when it opens, it's really on the head, on the nose with everything, but it also fits the style of Morgan Spurlock, where he's just like tries to be as transparent and open and also educate people in a very like in your face style. So when it opens, it's like everything on the wall is in a design that would be similar that you would see, but a little bit more stripped down at other fast food places, but telling you the real stuff. Like you're reading this paragraph that usually contains words like fresh and light and all of these kind of words, and they're made to make you feel this way about eating, despite the fact that you're eating poorly. Like just all kinds of just realistic kind of things just everywhere. It's pretty awesome. It's pretty awesome. I really enjoyed the documentary as I do all of his documentaries, but this one just from kind of taking a different perspective and look at the fast food industry and kind of understanding what giant corporations are doing to make as much money as possible. It's very interesting. It's very interesting, and highly enjoyed it. I believe I should have wrote it down, but I believe this is on like Amazon Prime or maybe Hulu. Oh, it's one of those two. Uh and I could be wrong about that. This could be on like HBO. I streamed it somewhere. So if you're looking for it, check it out. And if you're not, I think Rats was on Netflix, which I don't, maybe if you're not if you don't live in New York, it's probably or a big city, it's not going to be as stressful. If you do live in a big city, it's going to be more intense. Watching Rats going to be scarier experience. So if you really want a good ride, take a high dose edible. If you're in New York during lockdown and you want to have an experience, a terrifying experience, but one that's safe, take a high dose edible, marijuana edible, and watch Rats. And thank me later. And if you don't want to have that kind of experience, just watch Super Size Me Too, because it was super enjoyable. And also to see, like, because he raises his own chickens and he goes through the government guidelines on how to kind of label things, like how everything's labeled, like free range and like what you have to do legally to be able to label stuff is ridiculous. Not to mention the chickens that we eat are all the same type of chicken that have been bred to be that kind of chicken over the years. It's kind of like women that are able to have a dog in the palm of their hand. Like we've genetically engineered dogs to be all kinds of things, and we've done the same thing with chickens. And it's not the healthiest. Let's just say we're not like eating the LeBron James of chickens, right? We're eating more of the Ralphie May of chickens in a lot of ways. Rest in peace, Ralphie May. Be sure to check out the official coffee sponsor of the Ray Taylor Show over at stationhousecoffee.com. Follow Station House Coffee on Instagram for small batch, single origin, premium coffee shipped direct to you from Vermont. Support small business and order some coffee now over at stationhousecoffee.com and follow Station House Coffee on Instagram. Also, Amazon. Use my link, inspireddisorder.com/Amazon, to order all of the supplies you need delivered directly to you, with a little percentage going to me because I sent you. So go to inspireddisorder.com/Amazon, shop as normal, and a small percentage of whatever you spend comes to help support me, support this show, helps keep me rolling, helps keep me rocking. So once again, order all your supplies, inspireddisorder.com/Amazon, and order now. New episodes of The Ray Taylor Show come out every single day. Subscribe on IGTV, YouTube, and everywhere else podcasts are found. Go buy my artwork over at inspireddisorder.com and save 25% when you use coupon code RTS. Follow this show on Instagram at Ray Taylor Show. Have a wonderful day, everybody. Peace out!